waiting for the race to get underway. 20-minute race for the Armed Forces Race Challenge. I think the green flag's already been waved. Yes, red lights go on. Out they go. And a pretty good start by Mark Inman from the second row of the grid in his
And look
Caterham.
at the Subaru down the outside. Four-wheel drive Subaru goes steaming down into third place from way down the grid. So that was very impressive. That's Phil England up into third place behind Simon Wing.
he was on row 8.
Inman, yeah.
So 16th on the grid. There were a couple of absentees ahead of him, but Phil England, a great start to the race, as you say, using that four-wheel drive. Now he's got ahead of all of these cars. He's got to try and stay ahead of them, and that might be the more tricky bit. He's got Alexander Smith in the Integra, and he's got David Russell in the BMW already queuing up behind him. Got 7 of the 116 trophy cars as well. We've got the full 116 trophy race tomorrow as well. But here comes Phil England then. The Subaru climbing up the hill.
Can't live with the two ahead of him. And there's David Russell bustling past Alexander Smith, and Jonathan Candler in the green and black Peugeot is coming with him. He kicked up the dust on the inside of the corner. But interesting to see here. It's Wing then from Inman. Third is England with the Scooby-Doo. Fourth is Russell. Fifth is Smith. Sixth is Candler. And then it looks like the Toyota coming through next to Pete Seeley.
End of the first lap then, and it is Wing leading by just over a second then from Mark Inman in second place, and Phil England third, David Russell fourth, Alexander Smith in fifth position as they all stream across the line to complete the first lap of this race. A huge number of MX-5s involved there. David Sheed was there. He must have started at the back or possibly from the pit lane, but he's come through in 20th position at the end of lap 1, so that's going to be one to keep an eye out for then. So David Sheed was there, but
He must have gone for the pits. He wasn't on the grid.
Yeah, absolutely.
Top 5 different marks in this race: Peugeot, Caterham, Subaru, BMW, and Honda.
And there's another one into the pits now, and that is.
Is that Slater?
Could well be. Could well be Chris Slater. Did he come through? No, he didn't come through. Well, he did, but very late. So, yep, it's Chris Slater out of the race, I'm afraid. One of the prime movers behind this Armed Forces Race Challenge competition. Candler and Seeley side by side. This is for 6th position. Seeley a bit more power in that Toyota possibly, and he gets through, especially with that wing on the back, which I'm sure makes all the difference. Talking of wings, it's Wing with the fastest lap of the race, 1:19.98. He did. That's better than any lap he did in the first race actually already. And he did a 1:20.06 in the first race. The best lap of the first race was to Sheed, a 1:19.83. But already he's gone faster than he managed before. Simon Wing in the lead of the race. 2.39 seconds ahead of Mark Inman in second place. We're watching David Russell, who's now ahead of Alexander Smith, so already on this third lap the BMW's got through ahead of the Honda.
And David Sheed in 133, Frankenstein BMW, is up into 13th place. 13th place for David Sheed. Watch for him.
Another 7 places made up on that lap, and is lapping faster than everybody apart from the first 2, I think. That was on the first flying lap, but Sheed is certainly going to be a contender for a podium here, one would think. Still 16 minutes of the race left to go. That's the 53 car of Ben Gundry, the BMW 330 Ci.
Yeah, qualified 12th.
Tussling there with the 144 of Ryan Margulis, so that's for 8th and 9th position. Leaders coming through already to complete their second lap as we're watching Margulis and Gundry, and there's David Sheed coming through, so he's up inside the top 10 here. He's ahead of Ben Gundry now, so I think this is going to put him into 9th place. Wing's gone faster again, by the way, at 1:19.96 now. Just waiting for confirmation that Sheed is up into 9th.
He's just taken Margulis going past the pits as well.
So that'll be 8th. Yep, he was 9th over the line. 8th now.
That's a hairy looking beast, isn't it?
Certainly is. So they dropped the way down through the Craner curves in the sunshine here at Donington Park. 15 minutes of this race still to go. Through the right-hander at the old hairpin they go, Margulis and then Gundry. Here's Candler and Seeley. Candler back ahead of Seeley now in the Peugeot, but they're both about to be swallowed up, I think, by David Sheed in that 133 car. Seeley and Candler lapping the 123s and Sheed in the 121s. So he's pretty much with them now, and by the time they get to the chicane or around the end of the lap, I think Sheed will be up into 6th.
Sheed's smoking though. There's a little bit of attendant. Looks like plumage coming out the back. Down he comes, down the inside. He's got past Seeley easily, and now he's trying to outbrake, but Candler's not having anything of it, and puts his foot down and denies David Sheed, at least for the moment. As soon as he comes to a straight, though, Sheed will be back. I think Candler might just have got to the timing line ahead.
Yes, he had, hadn't he? But Sheed with that left-hand wing mirror no longer fully attached, it's sort of dangling from the left-hand side of the car, so that will not help. But I don't suppose he's going to have too many cars coming up behind him. It's the traffic ahead of him that he's going to need to worry about. But yep, up to 6th place now then, David Sheed, and his next target will be Alexander Smith, who is 6 or 7 seconds up the road, so it might take a little while to get there actually.
Yeah, Sheed's last lap of 120.47, but Candler at 24, a long lap. 21 for Smith, 21 for Russell.
About a third of the way into this race then, and it is Simon Wing leading in car 108 from 22 Mark Inman. We're watching the 113 car go through at the moment. No, that's Alex Rivet, one of the Class D drivers. How is he faring in Class D? Well, he's being led by Michael Wells, who's 12th overall in the Toyota MR2 Roadster, number 37, from Doug Inglis in 2nd, and then it's Hoskins in 3rd position. Chris Slater is up in the commentary box. I'm going to ask him what his problem was and why he's out of the race.
This battle continues on our screens between David Russell in the BMW and Pete Seeley in the MR2. Ian, latest news from Chris Slater?
Yeah, gear selector problem. So he's out of the race at the end of the first lap. So that came off. So 5 laps in the book then for Simon Wing.
David Sheed continues to do ever faster laps, but he's in the very, very low 20s now. He's not quite made it into the 19s. I think he'll get there.
Yes.
David Russell's actually making a bit of ground, I think, I sense, towards Phil England in the Subaru. And here comes Frankenstein at the back of this group. He's got Alexander Smith ahead of him. He's caught Alexander Smith. Just ahead of Alexander Smith is the blue BMW, which is the car of David Russell, number 12. And here he goes.
Yep.
Gets one of them.
It's past Smith then, that's P5. Oh, on a spin for 116. That's the first one we've seen this race. At any rate, that's the number 70
before.
car.
It's on the previous race as well.
At least once. Sebastian Unwin, the spinner there, and he was in 24th.
He's today's drifting champion, is he?
Seems that way. He's just about to be lapped by Mark Inman in that number 22 Caterham that's in 2nd place for the local man from Retford, 37 years of age. He's a trained technician. And his first win at Rockingham back in 2018, initially racing in a VX220. And this is a Caterham Sigma X from 2008 that he races. But we're watching Russell and Smith get together, because I think Sheed's now passed both of them. Yes, he is, and he's got Phil England in his sights. So I told you that we should watch out for potential podium for David Sheed, and that's going to come true before very much longer here, because the 3rd and 4th place cars are right together.
He's popped straight down into the inside of the Subaru, and he's got Melissa Bexley ahead of him in the white BMW. That car's about to be lapped. And there it goes then, this monster BMW. England trying to go with him. And Alexander Smith in all that has nipped past David Russell.
Yes, he has. So he's got up into 5th place. It wasn't the case as they went over the line. They were pretty much level pegging over the line, but Smith has got ahead now at the start of lap 8. We've just passed the 10-minute mark, so 10 minutes to go. We had a 15-lap race early on, so probably going to be the same again. There's Russell then, and there's Frankenstein, and what's he got to do next? He's got 8.5 seconds to make up on Mark Inman, and on that lap he was 2.7 seconds faster than him, so if that's representative, then Sheed could be with Inman for seconds before the end.
There is Inman in the white Caterham Sigmax, jostling with one of the lapped Mazdas. We're about halfway through this race, and there's about half a length of the exhibition straight between second and third. 22 there, Mark Inman in second place. In the background you'll see the red BMW pop out. There it is, out of the chicane. So it is probably half the pit straight.
Yep. In the background you can see Phil England, you can see the blue BMW of David Russell, and Alexander Smith still pretty much all together. Class C, that is being led by David Russell then in number 12, Class B by Mark Inman number 22, Class A by Simon Wing 108, and Class D, just check, yep, that's still Michael Wells ahead in that. He's down to 13th now because Keith Atwood's again had to come through from the back and is now up to 12th. So this is the battle for 5th and 6th between 12 David Russell from Class C and 196 Alexander Smith from Class B.
And right ahead of them is Phil England in the yellow Subaru. You can see all three of them at McLean's corner. BMW seems to tuck into McLean's into the apex better than the four-wheel drive Subaru.
And there's Inman doing some more traffic, and it was 8.6 seconds between Inman and Sheed at the end of the previous lap, so we'll have a look at what the gap is now. So they come through to complete lap number 9. That's Paul Waterhouse in the 230 car. He is running in 15th position in this race. Finished 19th, on. Oh, Phil England
Subaru
spun, and that's at the chicane, isn't it? So he will have lost positions because of that. 7.6 the gap between Inman and Sheed. Sorry, 7.6.
So a second paired back.
Yeah.
Now he's got some fun because he's got to get rid of these, dispose of these battlers. Might do it up the hill just purely on grunt. He's gone past the Peugeot fairly summarily and up towards Schwantz Curve, the red BMW.
Just to go back to that Phil England point, he did come through 6th at the end of lap number 9, having lost out to Smith and Russell, and actually not too far ahead of number 84, Jonathan Candler. That's our race lead though, 108, Simon Wing, who we've not seen too much of today because he's been largely out in front on his own in both of the Armed Forces Race Challenge races today. And here he's about to catch the 127 car to lap that. That's the Neil Luke Mazda MX-5. He's in 19th place. I think, is that being lapped for a second time, therefore it may well be. Here's Sheed though. What's he done this time? The gap has gone out again that time between second and third. Slower lap from Sheed, so it's back up to 8.3, 8.4 seconds. So, not sure Sheed is going to catch Mark Inman here, Marcus.
It doesn't look like it, no. I think it took a little bit too long to clear the traffic, and it cost him a lot of time. But still a good run from the pit lane through the field. Hopefully, if he finishes there, we'll get to hear from him at the end, so we'll know exactly why.
Yes, although we're probably focusing on class winners, if we do get the chance to speak to David Sheed, just to find out what went on there, why he started from the pit lane, that would be fantastic. If Josh can try and elicit that information, but it might be too difficult to try and make that work. So,
a bridge too far.
Yeah. That was David Russell squeezing through the inside of the 113 car of Alex Rivette. up at McLean's. Here's the Volvo of Chris Camp, number 19, running in 12th position. He's back ahead of Keith Atwood. Atwood was ahead over the line. So a good little scrap going on here between these two. Camp in the Class B car, Atwood's in a Class C Mini. Volvo certainly looks the part. Supercharger on the Mini wailing away as well. You can hear that. Looks like Atwood's going to try and get back through into what will be 11th position overall. And this little scrap going on here, including the Peugeot of Liam Waterhouse, the Peugeot 206 GTI with the Mazdas all around him, including Alex Ravelli's got ahead of Matthew Hoskins there, though, as Liam Waterhouse in the 129 car. Very smartly turned out Peugeot. 4 minutes of this race left. Not too much green on the timer screen, which means not too many drivers setting their personal best lap times, apart from Mark Inman on the previous lap in second place at 1 minute 20.14, and also Melissa Bexley actually in 27th position car, 28 in her BMW 116i. She's done a 134.09, which is her PB.
Yeah, Sheed has improved today's fastest lap, hasn't he? At 1:19.43, is that?
Now a 1:19.28 actually.
Oh, he's improved again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
Too little, too late.
more than half a second faster than he managed in the first race, though. Here's Finn England in number 8 after his spin at the chicane a few laps ago. He's too far behind Smith and Russell to make any impact on them at the moment, as we're watching this nice little scrap for 21st and 22nd position between Matthew Hoskins and Liam Waterhouse. That's
Another excursion from a 116.
Yeah, that's Daniel Blackett, the 27-year-old from Shepton Mallet, Air Engineering Supervisor. His first season of racing.
Oh, there's a MX-5 spun.
Ah, just to prove it's not just the 116, it is the 127 car, which is Neil Luke, isn't it? From 18th position, has had the rotation. So Candler and Seeley here, 7th and 8th, the Peugeot number 84 and the red and white MR2 number 178, they've been at it pretty much all race long here.
They have, and they've changed positions several times.
They're about to do so again, I
Along the
think. Seeley up the inside into Schwantz curve. He's going to be on the outside line though for McLean's, and there's back markers ahead, so you have to tuck back in behind. Liam Waterhouse, the Peugeot 206, is the one that they're just going past at the moment.
Down the straight, Seeley might rue having that wing on the back, with a bit of an air brake on the MR2.
Yeah, certainly non-standard.
Here comes popping out of the slipstream down the outside, but Candler has been very strong on the brakes during this race, as we saw earlier on when ran side by side through the chicane.
Both run in Class C, which is the class for cars up to 180 brake horsepower per tonne, and they're lapping a Class D car. At the moment, one of the MX-5s, the Alex Rivette car 113 in 20th position. And here's Simon Wing. Now he is about to go on to his final lap here, because there's only a minute and 15 seconds to go. The lap is about 1 minute 20. So here we're getting the last lap board. There it is, you can just about see it being out on the right hand side of your picture. Mark Inman in some traffic behind him. He has gone through to complete his 14th lap now, 7.26 seconds behind the race leader. But a good weekend this for Simon Wing, adding to his success at Silverstone earlier on in the season, the very first race of this year. Before today he'd had a win and 2 seconds, so make that 2 wins, 2 seconds, and about to be 3 wins and 2 seconds, I would think. 22 Mark Inman is the driver in second place in the Caterham Sigmax, 7 seconds behind the leader. He's just at McLean's now. Good clean race this from Mark Inman, it usually seems to be the case. David Sheed has continued to close the gap.
About 5 seconds behind, isn't he?
Yeah. And there he is, just tucked in behind the 17.116. Not for much longer, soon blasts past that. But here's Simon Wing then, down to Robert Chicane for the final time. Right, and then left, and then on to the weak off straight. And Simon Wing comes through to take the checkered flag and win for the second time today in the Armed Forces Race Challenge. 15 laps in the book for him. Mike Wells just goes across the line as well in his MR2 Roadster a lap down, but winning Class D in 14th position overall. Second has gone the way of Mark Kidman in the Caterham. Third has gone the way of David Sheed in the BMW Compact, so that's 108 from 22 and 133. Paul Waterhouse, you can see going through shot there. He's another driver that's a lap down. Just seeing fourth coming through, that's Alexander Smith, who's got a good distance clear in the end of David Russell's BMW. Sandwiched in between them is the lapped car of Class D front runner Douglas Inglis, his MX-5. And then I think the next car to come through is going to be Phil England. Yeah, here he is, the yellow Subaru with the black bonnet. Takes the checker flag in 6th place after a spin. Good scrap still coming in. Oh, and a spin on the...
That's Seeley.
It's Pete Seeley on the final lap. So after that scrap with Jonathan Candler all race long, Pete Seeley, there he is, recovering from his moment on the exit of the chicane, and he has lost a place, in fact, to Ben Gundry as a result of that on the final lap. So Ben Gundry goes 8th, Seeley 9th, and Chris Camp in the Volvo 10th. But I think that car on screen is now the last one to cross the finish line to take the checkered flag at the end of that Armed Forces Race Challenge contest, the penultimate race of the day. So let's have a look at the result from that one then. Simon Wing it was that completed 15 laps in a little over 20 minutes. He was 6.68 seconds clear of number 22 Mark Himmon. So 108 took the win from 22 in second. David Sheet, number 133, took third place. In fourth place it was 196 Alexander Smith. In fifth place number 12 David Russell. Sixth to number 8 Phil England. 7th to 84 Jonathan Candler. Ben Gundry, number 53, took 8th. 178 Pete Seeley 9th, and Chris Campin, number 19, rounded out the top 10. So class wins there for Wing and for Inman and for Russell. And a bit further back for Michael Wells there in 14th position, you can see in car number 37, the Toyota MR2 Roadster. He won Class D from Doug Inglis and Alex Rivette. And more cars from Class D featuring further down, including all of those 116s, some of which spun and some of which didn't. Sadly, we lost Chris Slater on the opening lap of the race with that gear selector issue. Let's head down to the pit lane then. Josh Barrett is going to speak to our class winners, hopefully.
So we're down here with our class winners from the Armed Forces Racing Challenge, which is actually the same class winners as earlier on today. So that means our overall winner was Simon Wing again. Well done, Simon. You get another race garland. And you went quicker in that race, so that was good.
Did I?
Yeah, I think in the 19s now.
Oh, brilliant. Well, there was nobody to chase though again, was there? So it's a bit of a time trial, really. I don't know where the BMW was for that
We
race.
started from the pit lane, so obviously some kind of problem.
Okay, yeah. And there was no oil or coolant down this time, so I could go a little bit quicker. But it's hard work out there. It's very warm out there today.
Enjoyable day though here at Donington.
Oh, very much so. Now it's finished and we got the first, so it's brilliant.
You doing the rest of the season with the Armed Forces Race Challenge?
Yeah, I'm aiming to go to Snetterton for the last one. So yeah.
Quite a different track there. Is that one you like?
I've been there once before and it went well, so I am looking forward to that one, especially as it's the 300, the long one, the twisty one, so it should be good.
See you there. So well done today to Simon Wing. Let's have a chat with Mike Wells, our Class D winner. Well done, Mike, another class win. How was that race go for you?
Yeah, a little bit more lonely than the last one, but yeah, it was good fun. There was still some battling with some other people, a few dicey moments with faster cars coming through in places perhaps they could have waited till the straights, but that's what you get with multi-class racing, I guess. But yeah, it was good fun. Tried to just improve as I went along, really.
So is the car pretty much an MR2 championship spec, is it?
It is. It's weighted higher in order to get into the Class D, but I'm top of Class D here, but I'll be taking the weight out for next year for the MR2 championship. Other than that, same spec.
You doing Snetterton for the final round of the Armed Forces?
Yes, I will be. Yep.
Any plan to do the Burkett this year?
Unfortunately, I'll be away for the Burkitt with work, but I will be doing the Race of Remembrance in November, which is up at Anglesey. It's a cracking event as well.
Best luck there, have good fun there. And well done today. Then Mark Inman, our Class B winner in the Caterham. Mark again couldn't quite go with Simon, but I think a bit closer that time.
Yeah, I think it was 120.1s. So yeah, definitely found some pace. Put some more air in the tyres, that helped.
Okay.
But yeah, that was good fun. Lonely race, but lots of traffic, so it makes it fun.
What have you other plans you got this season?
We've got another round at Snetterton, and then that's it for the year. Then I might change cars. I don't know what I'm doing yet. We've got another baby due at the end of the year.
Yeah. You still got your Vauxhall, or is this a different car you got in plan?
I've still got the Vauxhall, although it's not used for 2 years, so I need to do something with that.
Well, we look forward to seeing that out if it is. Well done, Dave Mark. And then our Class C winner was David Russell again. Well done, David. Another class win.
Yeah. Another really good race. A little bit closer to Alex in the Integra in Class B, which made some really good racing.
Yeah.
It was good fun.
You normally get somebody to battle with, don't you? One of the higher classes.
Yeah, there's always someone to battle with, isn't there? You know, and that's the great thing about this grid. There's just so many cars on it, so many different types of cars, and even stuff in different classes can be quite close sometimes. Yeah, it's good.
Looking forward to Snetterton now?
Yeah, I am. I'm really looking forward to it, actually. Just see whether we can continue this streak. But hopefully the wheel doesn't fall off like it did the last time I was there. But yeah, I'm really excited for it.
Are you planning to do the Burkitt this year?
Hopefully. We select the best performing drivers to make our team, and then go up against the Navy and the Army. We won on handicap last year, just dropped that one in there. Hopefully I'll be in the team, and hopefully we'll have some more success.
Is that a fun event that you enjoy?
I absolutely love the Burkitt. You know, it's what personifies our team in a way. It's not just the 4 or 5 or 3 drivers in their cars. You cannot do well at that event without a team of support people behind you, and we're really lucky that we've got that. You know, last year we had 40 people supporting 4 cars, which is incredible, really.
And what's it like racing with other members of the forces?
It's brilliant. There's minimal contact. You know, everybody respects each other, and it's good fun. It's good all-round fun.
Well done today. Look forward to seeing you there. So that completes our Armed Forces Race Challenge. There's one more race to go though here at Donington Park, and that is for the PBS Brakes Hot Hatch Championship.